We just got a 120-pound bulk food order from Azure Standard, and we couldn't be happier.
Guten Yardening, everybody. Well, unless you're brand new to the channel, hopefully you know that here at Guten Yardening, our primary focus over the last couple of years has been to shift toward our goal of self-sufficiency. And so in order to achieve that goal, we have transformed most of our yard space into a variety of gardens. And so we're growing almost every single vegetable that we need without having to be dependent on the store. We're growing a lot of our own fruit, and now we're also providing our own eggs and soon meat as well. But there are definitely limits as to what we're able to grow and provide for our family here. And one of the areas where we are not yet self-sufficient is some of our pantry items that we have to source typically locally. And I gotta tell you, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to find the supply that you need for organic items in the local store. So in this video, I wanna show you a resource that we recently found and have used and have enjoyed, where you can get some of those bulk organic items for your pantry or meat, etc. So you can be assured of getting a high quality product, and you don't have to worry about trying to find in smaller amounts. And that resource is called Azure Standard. So in this video, we're going to walk through the website. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it so you can understand why we use it and some of the benefits of using it. And then I'm going to give you a link that you can use if you're interested.
Now at Guten Yardening, we grow all of our food in an organic fashion. And so if we're buying some of our pantry items, we want that to be organic as well. And one of the things we love about Azure Standard is that the food that they ship, and there is quite a variety there, but all of it is natural, GMO-free, organic food that's held to quite a high standard. And that's important to us. We want to make sure that if we're going to have to purchase some food, that we get in the best quality. Now, Azure Standard is a US-based company. It's family-owned, and we love that piece of this as well. If you're in the lower 48 states, you can get the food either shipped to you via USPS, UPS, or a drop point, and you can even get the Azure Standard products sent to you if you're in Alaska or Hawaii as well, although the process is a little bit different. Now in this video, I am going to talk about the drop point because that's how we accessed this bulk shipment of food to us. It's really cool. Actually, very unique process, something that I enjoy very much. Now, before I show you all the products so you can get an idea of what they have available and the cost, I want to point out that they say on their website that they cut out the middleman, as it were. They go directly to these independent growers, these various producers, and gather the products and ship them out directly to us to try to save us some money that way. So that's where they're gathering in all of these great organic and natural products. Well, right now I'm on Azure Standard's homepage, and if I click on Shop, you can see the various categories that are accessible to us. And so I can look in the food category, and then I get tons of options for items that are available through food. I'm not going to spend time going through everything, but we have outdoor and garden, nutritional supplements, health and beauty, household and family, etc. But I'm going to focus in on food because that for us has been what we've been looking at, again, as these are items that we can't yet make or can't create for ourselves. So once I've clicked on all food, now you can see there's a massive list of different options here. There's even gluten-free options. But I'm going to click on beans and peas because that's one area where we needed to make a purchase. And actually, we ended up getting some of these garbanzo beans. And so let's take a look at the options for the garbanzo beans here. And I'm just going to zoom in a little bit, and you can see that you can do a 36 ounce, 5 pounds, 4 of those 36 ounces, or 25 pounds. And that's actually what we ended up getting. 25 pounds of garbanzo beans, and that brings you down to about $2.09 a pound for organic, all natural garbanzo beans. And I will say 25 pounds is going to last us for quite some time. Now I'm going to go back to this main area, and I'm just going to search this time for, let's say, flour, because this is something else that we ended up buying as well. And flour, the various different kinds of flour, can be a real pain to try to find in the local grocery store. And you can see from the footage that I recorded that we got several different types of flours that have been really difficult for us to buy. And so this is something that's an option out there as well. And again, this is giving you the option to buy in bulk. So if, like us, you wanted to buy some spelt flour, and for whatever reason spelt flour is really hard to find in our area, you can buy up to a 1,200-pound tote. I don't know if you need that much flour, but a 25-pound bag gets you down to $1.26 a pound for this difficult to find organic flour for us. So a really good price, and it's in stock right now. Now, I could spend all day showing you the different foods and the prices, etc., but I think that's something that you should spend time on, knowing what you actually might want to order. I do think it's pretty cool, though, that they can also send you things that are frozen. They can send you milk or dairy alternatives, or even ice cream. Now, if you look at the dots on this map, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit as I go, but there are drop points all over the US, especially here in the lower 48, but you can actually find a couple of spots up here in Alaska as well. But the pickup up here is a little different. And if you're up in Alaska or in Hawaii, you can look into that, I think, yourself. So I'm just going to focus in on what happens here in the lower 48. And I have to say, this was a really cool experience. So I'm going to zoom in to Wisconsin, and you can see where I am in the southern part of the state, because I'm in Zone 5, Wisconsin. There are actually quite a few different drop points. And the way the drop points work are, you are given a specific date where a drop-off is going to occur. You're given a location where the drop-off is going to occur. And then a big old tractor trailer pulls up and opens up the back. And that's where things are a little different than I've seen before, because you're going to see a crowd of people gathering around. And instead of just standing in line waiting for your order to be brought down, every single person helps each other unload the truck, stack up the different orders by people's names. And so essentially, you're all there helping each other get their order. And it's a pretty quick process. I would say it took maybe 15 minutes for me, among a group of probably 35 or 40 different families, to get my order and be on my way. It was a super cool experience, and it's a great opportunity to meet other people, to talk to other people while it's happening. Now, I'm going to zoom out from this map just a little bit again to show you that regardless of where you are in the US, there is the probability that there is a drop point fairly close to you. Now, a drop point is considered to be a place where Azure Standard regularly delivers, and they require a minimum order of $550 to deliver to a drop point, or to create a drop point. And so with just a couple of families, in all likelihood, if you don't have a drop point near you, you might find the ability to start up your own drop point so that you can have them deliver to an area near you. Now, when it comes to delivery, it depends on where your delivery space is. I mentioned that they're in Oregon. Well, let's just pick a random place down here in Missouri. I'm going to click on this, zoom in a little bit, and I can find the details of this drop point. And the one thing it tells you, and this is true for most places, there is no drop fee, which means when you're there, you're not paying an additional fee to pick up from the back of that tractor and trailer. You will pay a shipping fee that's a percentage of your overall order. Now, in this case, it's 8.5%, and I think that's pretty standard in most places. That's certainly the shipping fee for where we are as well. So the size of your order determines your overall shipping fee. Now, I picked another random drop to show you one more thing about this that I think is probably pretty important to know, and that is that most of these places, you have a once a month delivery, and you have a deadline in order to have your items to be on the shipment to get to that drop point. And so if you order within that deadline, you're looking at about a week turnaround for you then to get your items. So for example, for the June pickup, you'd need to, for this random drop point, have to have your order in by June 8th, and then you should get your order by June 15th. And so it's a pretty quick process. For us, it took exactly 1 week from the time we placed our order for it to come in these really nice heavy-duty packages ready to go. Now, there's so much more I could talk to you about because there's a ton to discover on this site. There's a lot of great information on here as well if you want to know more. I think that's something worthwhile. Now, if this is something that sounds interesting to you because, like us, you're trying your best to grow as much food as possible, but there are still some of those staples you need to order in that are organic, that are high quality, but you don't want to go to the store every single day trying to find what it is you're looking for, then take the time, check out this site. We're going to put our Azure Share link down below. They have a ton of different information on this site about the company, about their products. If there's anything that I didn't explain, there is plenty for you to check out and learn. I think you're going to really enjoy this, and hopefully there's a drop near you. But if there isn't, then there are plenty of options for getting one started in your area, which I think is pretty cool. Well, we hope you find this resource as valuable as we have. We've been eating the products, we've been enjoying the products, and we wanted to share this out with our community as well. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give us a like, leave us a comment, remember to share and subscribe. Most importantly, remember, when you're with us, you are good to grow.